What's up guys? Today I bring you a head-to-head speed test comparison between the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra versus last year's Galaxy S23 Ultra. How much of a performance difference are we going to see between these two phones? Well, in this video we are certainly going to try and find out. So we already know that the S24 Ultra with the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is going to be more powerful, but the question is, by how much? What is that margin of power? How much of a difference are we going to see? Maybe you're looking to upgrade your phone, or maybe you're deciding between the two. Well, it's basically Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 versus Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Now I have both phones fully charged to 100%. And by the end of the video, we shall compare the batteries to see how much we have left on both phones. And we will also check the temperatures throughout. Okay, I'm also going to show you the brightness levels. We have all the brightness features switched off. And I want to put the brightness halfway for both phones. So that is roughly the same brightness. So adaptive brightness, extra brightness is switched off. There is a new feature in the S24 Ultra called adaptive color tone. I've got that switched off as well. So hit done. So we are now apples to apples, same brightness and starting off 100% battery on both phones. So let's start off with the prices on Amazon. So the S23 Ultra 8+256 base model is available to buy for £779 brand new right now on Amazon. And the S24 Ultra has a super special offer running on Amazon. It's priced £1,249, which is already 7% off retail price. And then you can deduct £100 off by applying the Amazon voucher. And then it comes to £1,149. And you get the 12+512 variant as standard. And you can claim a free Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, which I have indeed done. So the S24 Ultra, slightly more money, of course, being a brand new release, but you're getting a bit of bang for your buck here with the extras and the free smartwatch. So an impressive deal, but only available till the 30th of January. So you only have a few days to take advantage of this awesome deal. Now here's a quick side-by-side of the specifications. Do pause the video to study the specs, or let the games begin. Alright, so first test is the boot up speed test. So we need to switch both of these phones off. This is the easiest way to switch the phones off. The other way is very fiddly. Medical info, new feature. 1, 2, 3. Switching both off at the same time. I think that was pretty equal. To add some fun to the mix, I'm going to time it as well. And turn these on as soon as I see Samsung logo. Boom. Let's see if that works. 1, 2, 3. Pressing them both at the same time. Samsung logo, I got there. Just for context, S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra. Wow, we're booted up already. So say 17 seconds and probably 18 seconds. So both phones booted up within 18 seconds. The S24 Ultra was slightly faster. Now before going any further, we're going to check out the current system temperatures. You can see them on screen right now. I will read them out to you. And throughout this video, we are going to be monitoring the temperature to see how they perform. So CPU temperature, you can see currently 33, 32 and 32. They're both on 32 degrees starting off. The phones are not doing anything. We've just booted them up. We've opened this app and you can see they're both on 32 degrees Celsius. So just showing you guys, nothing open in the background. So lock screens on both, and we're going to try and access the cameras on both. Here we go. Okay, that was pretty even. Okay, I think the S24 loaded up a split second faster. It was just barely noticeable. That was hard to judge. I'm going to do it one more time without dropping the phones. One more time. 1, 2, 3. That was exactly on the button. They were both the same. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly the same. So I think they were both equally fast, same speed at unlocking the camera from the lock screen. All right, next test, face unlocked. So I'm just going to point the phone at my face, see who gets to the desktop first. Wow. Let's do it again. We're going to try this a few times. To me, it looks like the S24 Ultra is, again, a split second faster. Most of the time, though, they're pretty even. The animation seems a bit faster on the S24 Ultra. We go closer just so you guys can see. What do you guys think? To me, they are pretty much even. The actual animation effect of unlocking seems a bit faster on the S24 Ultra, but otherwise more or less the same. Okay, so next test, we are going to open up web browsers at the same time. Samsung's default browser. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We've got booking.com open. Okay, we're just going to run a search. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looked pretty even. Let's open something up just to see what happens. So this one here. Let's just go to a different page. Dispute resolution. Okay, that was pretty even. Okay, let's go to a different site. I'm going to load up Amazon next. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty even. All right, we're going to Sky News. Here we go. So you guys can see browsing experience feels exactly the same. And just to show you, both phones are set to adaptive refresh. So we're going to leave that exactly how it is. Both screens are set to the maximum resolution, Quad HD+. There is a slightly higher resolution, 3120 by 1440 versus 3088 by 1440. Now, this phone actually has a much brighter screen as well. So that's 2600 nits peak versus 1750 nits peak. All right, so I turn the brightness up max on both. Okay, so that's just maximum brightness on both phones. So no doubt, beautiful screens on both, very, very bright screens. I'm just going to put both phones back to halfway. All right, so next up we're going to try opening a whole bunch of apps, see which one opens quicker. Again, I'm going to make sure I close everything open in the background to make it a fair test. So we're going to open up Twitter first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty much at the same time. So next up we're going to test is Instagram. 1, 2, 3. It looks like they both opened exactly at the same time. All right, next up we're testing is YouTube. 1, 2, 3. That was exactly at the same time, guys. Just going to open one of my own videos. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Skip them at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same speed. All the apps have opened same speed. Can't say one is faster than the other. So next app we're testing is Amazon Prime Video. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Exactly same time. Try opening something up. 1, 2, 3. Same speed, guys. So everyday general operation, opening apps, streaming apps, web browsing, all of that seems exactly the same in performance. So we're going to download this game. It's not a massive game. It's quite small in size, but we're going to do it one at a time because it's on the same Wi-Fi network. 1, 2, 3. As soon as that play button lights up, I'll hit stop. 14.71 seconds, so pretty quick. On the S24 Ultra, same test. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow. That installed much quicker, guys. That was like 4 seconds quicker, according to the stats. The installation was instant. Much faster process of installing an app on the S24 Ultra. And you know we're going to have to try that again with another app. All right, so we're going to run the same test, different game. S23 Ultra first. 1, 2, 3. And you can see the size of the game. It's 124 megabytes. 13 seconds, S23 Ultra. Same test on S24 Ultra. Let's see how long it takes. 1, 2, 3. The game's slightly bigger for the S24 Ultra. It's 147. Done. 8.9 seconds. So the game was 20 megabytes larger for the S24 Ultra. No idea why, but you saw it still installed and downloaded quicker than the S23 Ultra. So things are getting interesting now. This is where you can see the performance difference. So when you're installing and uninstalling and downloading, you're going to see a slight difference. All right, so next up, we need to export a file. All right, so for the next test, I'm filming 4K 60 video on both phones. So this is just first stage of the test. I need to film some videos. So 4K 60 video on both phones. We're using exactly the same lens, exactly the same settings, 4K 60 selected, and I'm getting about 30 seconds of that, and then I'll stop. So 29, 30. So that's our 30 seconds of 4K 60 video. So we selected that video, put it into the timeline. And now I want to export both videos. So 30-second 4K 60 video, just to see which one can export faster. So let's hit save on both. So we've got exactly the same settings, 4K 60, MP4, and roughly the same estimated video file size. 1, 2, 3. Pretty neck and neck. Let's see who gets there first. Ah, okay, there we go. Video exporting finished first on the S24 Ultra. A 30-second 4K 60 clip. It was just a split second, maybe 1 second faster than the S23 Ultra. To make things tougher, let's do it again. So here we go. We are filming 8K at 30 frames per second with both phones. And we're just waving the phone around in front of a PS5 controller, DualSense controller. I want about 20-second footage. That's all I want. And that's going to be more than enough to play with. 18, 19, 20. Okay, so both 20-second clips have been selected. So both files have been shot in 8K at 30 FPS, but we're going to export them to 4K 60, and you can see the estimated file size again is nearly the same, 198 versus 199. Here we go, let's see who can do it faster. 1, 2, 3. So 8K is a much bigger file size to play with. So now this is really going to put both phones to the test. The system is going to feel this one. You can see it's much slower in converting the video for both. It does look like a percentage or two S24 Ultra is ahead. 9%, 10% versus 7%. So you can already see that is the power difference. So that's 100% done. We're still on 73% on the S23 Ultra. So when they say the Gen 3 chip is this percent faster, this is what they mean. You've got to do a task that can push the chipset to the limit in order to find out how fast. Everyday tasks is probably going to feel like the same. But it's only when you do something like this is when you're going to need that extra performance and power. That's what you get with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It feels like I'm waiting a very long time for the S23 Ultra. This test has made the S23 Ultra feel slow, and I never thought I would be saying that. Okay, 94s, there we go. Finally done. So both videos have been exported. Interesting results. Let me know what you guys think so far. Okay, so quick temperature test before the phones cool down, and I'll do them at the same time just to keep it fair. There are other ways of checking the CPU temperature, but this is one of the ways that I like doing. 44 and 38. You can see they're going to come down in real time, but right now as it stands, you can see the S23 Ultra is slightly hotter than the S24 Ultra. But they're going to come down and even out. Yeah, and they have. They're both on 37, 36 now. So now it's time to load games. So starting off with my favorite game, Call of Duty Mobile. 1, 2, 3. I think the S23 Ultra actually loaded up first. They both support exactly the same graphics and frame rate. Very high and max is the highest you can select on both of these phones. If you tap on max, it says not available yet on both. If you tap on ultra, both graphics will drop down to medium automatically. So maximum selectable for both phones is very high and max. Obviously super smooth gameplay on both, no doubt about that. I have to exit now, sorry COD. So the next game we're testing takes quite long to load. Mortal Kombat, here we go, 1, 2, 3. Let's see who can get there first. So you saw the S24 Ultra was slightly faster in loading that game. So next up we're going to run a quick Wi-Fi speed test on both. We're going to do it one at a time because it is sharing the same Wi-Fi network. So here we go. First one, S23 Ultra. S23 Ultra achieves typically our top speed. 570 megabits per second is more or less our top speed. Very rarely do we get our 600, and top upload speed is about 60, and you can see we've got 55.9. Let's see if we get anything different with the S24 Ultra. Here we go. So under the same conditions, same Wi-Fi network, same distance to the router. So we got a slightly faster speed in the S24 Ultra, 603 versus 570. I rarely get to see 600. That is our top speed. I rarely get to see that figure. So S24 Ultra has broken the norm. Upload speed is more or less the same, 55.9 versus 55.7, but I'm surprised to see that download speed. All right, so now it's time for benchmark tests, starting off with Geekbench 6. Let's run them both at the same time and see who can finish first. 1, 2, 3. And the results are in. You saw the S24 Ultra did finish first. We've got a higher score as well, 2271 versus 2061 single core. And the multi-core score is quite a big difference, 5,300 versus 7,075. So massive difference in the multi-core. We are definitely pushing this chipset to its limit. They were both on 40 degrees Celsius. The S24 Ultra is dropping down to 38, and the S23 Ultra is just on 39, and it also wants to drop down. But you can see the difference in the temperatures right now. Now it's time for Antutu benchmark test. At this point, we're going to test both of them all over again. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Let's see who gets there first. As you guys just saw, the S24 Ultra finished first, slightly higher score, 1.8 million versus 1.5 million. And I do want to compare the temperatures. So over here, starting temperatures of both, 35.2 Celsius, 33.9, and they both ended at a similar temperature, 40 degrees Celsius versus 41 degrees Celsius. Temperature wise, not a massive difference between them. There you have it, guys. That was my hands-on speed test comparison between the new S24 Ultra versus last year's S23 Ultra. Now you can see after all those vigorous tests, the battery levels are neck and neck, 81% versus 80%. Now the S23 Ultra all year round has given me an amazing battery performance, so you can expect more or less the same from the S24 Ultra. And so both phones offer powerful performance, stable temperatures, and a decent effective cooling system. I expected the S24 Ultra to be slightly faster, but not by a massive margin. Now, when we did push the phone to the test, like in the 8K video exporting test, that's when we really got to see how powerful the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is. So yes, it is more powerful, a lot more powerful. Even the benchmarks also finished first and we got higher benchmarks. But to really take advantage of that speed, you need to be doing something that can take advantage of that speed. So if you're just browsing the web, or if you're watching Netflix, YouTube, if you're doing the everyday stuff that you would normally do, you're not going to notice the difference in even playing games. You're not going to notice a faster performance. The games play at the same performance. It's only when you export an 8K video, then you're going to see the difference. So that's something interesting that I wanted to share with you guys. But for all you techies out there who need that performance, if you're going to be filming a lot of videos, if you're going to be exporting a lot of videos, that power and performance does come in handy. So both smartphones are no doubt powerful and impressive, equally fast. It's only when you try to do something very intense that you get to see the power of the S24 Ultra. And this day and age, we don't really have anything to utilize that power apart from exporting 8K video to 4K, which is not something you're going to be doing a lot of. Now I'm really liking the titanium grey color. It looks much better in person than in the pictures. Every year I go for the black version, but this year I decided to get something different, and I'm glad I did. The titanium frame going all the way around does feel a bit different. Feels good. It is also slightly lighter, and the phone is actually slightly slimmer, although you can't tell when you're holding it in your hands. Now, I've not mentioned the camera or the AI features that you get with the S24 Ultra. Yes, you've got upgraded cameras, lots of new AI features, so it makes it a more attractive deal, especially if you grab it right now on Amazon. And here's a tip, and here's a top tip for you guys. When you get the watch, sell it on eBay between $220 to $250, brand new, and then the S24 Ultra would have only cost you £929. So an impressive deal, but only available till the 30th of January. Once it's gone, they literally will not bring a deal similar to this back again all year round. So this is your opportunity if you want the latest and greatest phone. Now, the S23 Ultra is still an impressive smartphone. I really enjoyed this phone all year round. One of the best smartphones of 2023. Not just me, a lot of YouTubers said the same thing. It's an absolute marvel. So starting the new year with the latest and greatest S24 Ultra in my hands feels good. Okay, now let's see which smartphone can knock this king off its throne. I can't wait to do some comparisons. Let me know in the comments which smartphone comparisons or speed comparisons you want to see next, and I'll get it done for you guys. And with all that being said, do consider subscribing to the channel for your daily dose of the latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, and do leave a like and comment. It's always nice to hear what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts and decisions. Which one would you go for, guys? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.